Super in play. In fairness, I think Joker is struggling with that matchup, constantly getting caught in the slow-mo replay, constantly getting burst down by this Buster. Ope's done well to keep these health bars low. Yoshi was tapping early, but when Maru rotated to the right, that's when things started to go wrong for SK, and Maru was able to get constant supers into the point.
Reply Totem in that last game definitely spent a lot of time battling for control, but not as much as they should have in the early game, going for the objective. But again, slow and steady wins the race. And this Buster pick is really, really cutting the mustard for Reply Totem now. As Joker, though, does clear up that left-hand side. Maori taking a lot of shots from OPE and a much-needed healing station. We're going on an aggressive stance in that top left.
Without Buster, Reply Totem is screwed. They need Maru here, and that is going to be a montage. Joker tried to get inside of it. Cute that Maru is going to be there for the extra damage. Maori backing him up. Now a loose super forces SK Gaming away. Yoshi going to throw this Meeple super down and be able to fire through this large Mesa. But Maru sits at the edge of the point and gets Reply Totem back into this game.
Edge of a nice jump towards Yoshi. Taking some shots. Yoshi's so low though, popping the gadget, stuns out, then Reply Totem. And OP's trying to balance his time between Maori and Angel Boy to allow Joke to go on the aggressive.
This is great.
It's really good positioning from SK Gaming. They've got a healing station ready to go down also. I like where they're at. The Reply Totem are far from out of this game.
Yoshi steps up onto the point and starts capturing them when Ope gets dragged into the Shadow Realm. So SK Gaming spend every possible second on the point. This keeps them ahead by a healthy margin, but that is starting to dwindle. Joker working the flank, gets some shots into Maru, but has to respect that super. Ope now will be able to step up as a hypercharge from the Meeple, instantly shut down by Angel Boy. Yoshi doesn't want that smoke. Not going to try and challenge out the Cordelius, but Ope still cycling onto the point. Bit by bit, Fanstorm allows for SK to play up close, and Yoshi gets personal with Maru, right in his face, blows him up, and SK Gaming this time we're in much better shape late in the round.
Before OP goes down, places the hypercharged PAM turret. That is such a devastating thing to have on the side of Reply Totem, and they've got to clear house. 95% in closing for SK Gaming. A nice Meeple stun should buy a little bit of time. Just 3% left. Stunned on the zone is Yoshi. He actually is able to get it. I thought he might have gone down, but no, SK from out of nowhere secure the game, and once more we're all tied up early on.
If you're SK Gaming, you don't miss a beat. There is not 1 second that you are off the point entirely. They are making sure they make use of every moment in this round to keep that lead. Ope and Yoshi are mind-linked. They are rotating on and off that point. Look at this Pam. She can hang, sit at the back of the point and just get percent after percent. It's the long game that Ope's playing. The Reply Totem can't keep up.
I'm loving Joker balancing his time between Ninja and Geisha form. Tapping down that left-hand side, still there, still a problem, and it's bought so much time for his team. SK have already got 30% to 0 from Reply Totem. Now getting themselves set up just a little bit better. Maru goes from that aggressive stance from the left-hand side. He might be able to get a gadget pop potentially here, get some nice value. But again, Reply Totem, they're not playing the objective.
They're not on the point, right? Ope still just touching. Joker just jumping on and off. Little bits here and there. Gets them 49% to 2. And that's all it's going to take. SK don't have to team wipe Reply Totem every time. They just need a strong staging ground here at the back of the point.
A tough spot now for SK as Reply Totem starts to build back for lost time. Edge Boy struggling to push forward in the realm. Joker going to be able to evade it. They're going to be communicating roughly his whereabouts and ready for it now. But look at the clock on the left-hand side. It's now approaching 49 apiece, and Joker knows that he needs to get back to where he was most dangerous.
SK though have weathered the storm. That's all the super's gone for Reply Totem. Now they can start to play a bit more aggressively. Yoshi was in the Shadow Realm, but now he'll emerge and be able to fight on the point properly. Mari's low, but Ope's frozen up. Does Pam have the damage? No. Forced away are SK Gaming. Now they're starting to slip, losing their control of this game. Angel Boy again, hypercharged super on Joker, rendering him useless, but Ope and Yoshi stand up in his stead. SK will even up the game, and now with 30% to go, it might be a photo finish.
Great work from Yoshi there, landing the taps, popping the hypercharge prematurely, but getting the shot, most importantly, to have the utility coming out. A montage from Maru. It's a big push here from Reply Totem. A huge Meeple gadget also stuns them out, but it's Maru low, and Angel Boy falls. It's surely the SK, they get it! It's a set going the way again of SK, and Joker says, get louder!
That right there is the difference between challengers and champions. It's the little things that matter, especially in aggregate. And SK Gaming dot their I's, cross their T's, and complete a very elegant hot zone set. But the game plan is set in stone. Continue to apply that numbers pressure. Keep one player on the point at all times, and if we lose control, we are patient. We let Reply Totem pop those supers. We let him montage forward. We let Angel Boy target Yoshi with his super every time there's a Meeple super in play. It's beautiful to watch. It's gritty. There's a lot of back and forth fighting, but in the background, the cogs are turning for SK Gaming. And honestly, it felt deterministic at the end.
What a matchup. I think the score doesn't really justify just how close these two teams really are in that regard. It can go either way. We've seen Reply Totem be behind and come back smelling of roses. It's definitely doable here.
Have a look at this. Final moments of the round. SK Gaming have it locked down with that Kaze hypercharge.
Let's go, guys!
Beautiful stuff from SK Gaming. Let's listen into some moments from the match.
We just try everything we can. We do what we can. If someone do a mistake, that's fine, it'll happen. We did the motivation that was insane the last 2 days, so same. Go, Jacka!
Very composed, this SK Gaming team, and they have maintained their lossless streak in sets so far through the World Finals. This time, against their most fearsome opponent, Reply Totem are a cut above the rest, but even that, not enough to put a nick on SK Gaming.
I love that from OPE, saying out from the very get-go, if we make mistakes, it's okay. It's how you handle when things are going wrong. That's what's key. That's what makes great teams. That's what makes a World Finals caliber champion. I love it. Gem grab for Hard Rock Mine. We've got to remind ourselves that this is no day one, it's no day two. If you lose this match, you go home. Your 2025 journey is over. This is a must-win set for Reply Totem in that regard.
You know, I think we might see a lot of the same bread and butter return to here by Reply Totem. This is absolutely Lily's playground. Hard Rock Mine, a pretty popular map for her as well as Pam. Those two will be hotly contested. Ali is a decent analog to the Lily. So much brush cover on this map. With Lily banned out, Reply Totem still have an option to go deep and try and assassinate that gem carrier.
SK love a bit of Macy here. It's not really ever a worthy ban, but certainly Pam is open as the gem carrier, and that I feel was going to be a good thing for SK, especially with an Ali lurking.
Yeah, lock it up.
Get involved in that healing station when she's lurking, and you can just ensure a better 1v1. The scrapyard gadget can also deplete that ammo, also making Ali more susceptible, so it could certainly be on their horizons. It is going to be the Pam. I really do quite like that, but you've got to have those aggressive lanes.
I wonder if this is a shade game for SK Gaming. We've seen Joker, bring that in on occasion. It's very powerful on this map. There's a ton of other options you can go with, right? The Meeple's actually not terrible as an idea to break the map up a little bit here. The Max and Sandy combo's been broken up. You still look to the Max, but Pam is going to give you a really safe net. Tara's going to give you that kill potential in the side lane. A surprise that we don't see it banned out. It's more heavily targeted on Undermine, but it has just the same application on this map. Help from the on, really effective just to, frustrate those single shot brawlers, any of those sharpshooters or that, brawlers that have trouble cutting through and penetrating targets. That's going to be quite helpful. But obviously just the threat of that, Tara hypercharge that can really break open the map. That super is massive under hypercharge conditions. It's very, very hard to avoid. But SK also do need to, respect the alley. Think about how they're going to deal with what is going to be relatively constant aggression from whoever's in that seat. And Janet represents a safe mid selection here for Reply Totem with invulnerability frames. Should there be a countdown and the gems are in their favor?
Still on the fence with Janet. Could be a Mo here for Reply Totem, one that they get some good results with. But again, with Janet, you've got to be really cautious to not leave your teammates high and dry. That's the thing. It's a guaranteed win if you pop it with the 10 gems at just the right time. Nothing that your opposition can do when she's in the air. Carl will be the choice for Reply Totem. Not necessarily the strongest of meta brawlers, but one that I think's got some great aggressive potential.
I want the Shade last pick so bad right now, Ark. This would be a sick time for SK Gaming to bust it out. Carl, we see a little bit less of lately. You can still burst him down, even through Protective Pirouette, if you have the right comp. So far, SK Gaming, I wouldn't quite say they do. But Tara is, of course, able to make it difficult for Kyle to cross the gap, cross distance. And there it is, the Shade comes in. This is perfect. It's the perfect playmaker brawler to bring into the kind of map where Shade naturally has a lot of walls to hide inside.
Great call from you. I think it could work out well, but I'm still just a little bit worried about this alley. And maybe even Amacy might have had a better chance to be able to defend against it, but Shade with a hypercharge is so brutal. It's a great map for it. We saw it really championed by Zeta as the first to really bring it into Hard Rock Mine, and since then, it just has proved to be very, very strong at just pushing yourselves forward, getting those opportunities and getting those flanks.
Okay, psychic enhancer here for Ope instead of the help from beyond, so being able to reveal that alley on cooldown is going to be a very important part of SK Gaming's game plan. Angel Boy is still playing quite deep, and Joker does have, of course, the star power that gives him extra durability inside Super, so he can respond to that alley. But in the meantime, Mari snatched up 2 gems, looking pretty comfortable. Mari's trying to find ways to get this boomerang on target.
Yeah, Joker will be trying to be within the walls as much as possible when Angel Boy is lurking, but he's getting a lot of value.
It's
Angel Boy will fall down, and that's the problem. Yoshino survives on just 490 HP. Those gems may have been dropped, but they would have been picked up regardless. It's neck and neck. 3 gems to SK, 4 to reply totem.
Joker can't fight Angel Boy without Super. He needs an extra durability to deal with Ali's burst, but instead he's going to go for the throat. Maori has to take to the skies now. So SK Gaming need to think about the next stage of their plan. Joker leapt upon Angel Boy on defense this time is successful at averting the assassination.
Yeah, 1 gem handed over in that process, but I think it's going to be okay for Joker to be able to go more on the aggressive. Gets a big swipe, but Angel Boy comes down on top. Invisible going back into the rush and just keeping himself hidden for now, keeping SK on their toes. OP, of course, has the gravity. Angel Boy's going to be very careful to go in and come back out.
Yeah, Joker has to make use of this healing turret as much as possible. Here's the psychic enhancer. There is another Janet Super in place, so getting at Mari is going to be a problem. And SK Gaming are down in gems. Heat ejector used for Maru. This will ward SK Gaming away, but the Carl likely will go down in the midfield here. Ope catches him out. Hypercharge at the ready, but Maori has to have that super forced out of him first. Joker's trying, but he can't get the Janet to make use of it, and Ope has to defensively use his super instead.
I mean, I'm surprised that he even got as much off as he did, because against the Janet, against an alley walk,
healing shade,
but Maori gets just massive bombs onto Yoshi. Joker's got to come forwards now with a hypercharge, push himself forwards, allow his teammates to get the final gem. Angel Boy low HP, OPE comes out on top. It's neck and neck still. 9 gems apiece, a missed gravity, but just enough time to get a pet on the map, get those hills coming in, and get the gem. But SK can't lose this mid.
Dangerous here, Yoshi a little bit low. That 2 gem lead is massive though. Reply Totem have to make a play to remediate him. And in comes Joker, the blood object, sent on a collision course with the Janet. Maori's gonna die. There's no other choice. It's do or die. The Hail Mary fails, and SK Gaming take a very close first round. Nothing gets to these guys. Even the alley in the backline. SK Gaming have a plan. They've got contingencies on contingencies, plans from A to Z. They know exactly what's coming. They always seem to have an answer.
This is what an entire year's work, an entire career's work leads up to. A match point at the World Finals on day 3. Reply Totem now have already got to do a heck of a lot of work to bring this back. They did it at LCQ, but this is not LCQ. This is the World Finals. They cannot falter now. They've got to bring back 2 consecutive games to even just hang on in this series.
Oh, Ope is too far out in the open there. Angel Boy demanding the attention of 2 of SK's brawlers is going to cause problems in the long game. SK Gaming need to find advantages elsewhere on the map, but Joker's got nothing to do on that left side. Mari is so far ahead. 5 gems to his name, and now he can settle for a bit of free damage as he makes use of that super. Angel Boy spotted out, but again, at least a 1-for-1 for SK means they can contend into the field and try and challenge these gems. Mari, though, gets his 6, feeling confident apparently, and has that gadget ready to get out of dodge when Joker comes to call.
Joker wants to go straight for that jugular. Maori surviving on, but only just.
Oh no!
Maori just dominates that left-hand side, pushing himself forwards with Angel Boy too. It's definitely looking a heck of a lot better now for Reply Totem. 7 gems, and Angel Boy is continuing to be so aggressive. SK have got to start using the utility better, land some of these gravities. Angel Boy's not done yet, despite being in the healing station. He's getting so much value.
And now Mari goes in. Joker's carrying 2 gems, which is a little bit awkward. Mari's going to get away with his as well. That was one of the cleanest rounds of gem grab you're going to see. SK Gaming have no way to wrest these gems away from Maori. They're going to try and gnash their teeth, rattle those sabers and go after Maori, but with 2 seconds left, he'll take to the skies with his horde of gems. And Reply Totem show us some signs of life for the 11th hour.
Angel Boy wants this. He's not going down easy. And the alley pick, it's definitely enough here to survive a set for sure. If he keeps playing it like that, especially. I thought the healing station would be enough to deter him slightly, but no. He's continuing the advance and making so much opportunity for his team, allowing Maori to get these gems, and SK have got to adapt to it.
Yeah, Angel Boy's playing outside the window of this psychic enhancer, always making sure he's undetected coming forward. Joker, though, uses the gadget to ensure he has the range to clean up the alley. And now, this time, with early action favoring them, SK can take an early gem lead.
Yeah, great long arms from Joker. Trying to find Angel Boy beneath the wall. He's lurking so well and duking around it. Angel Boy comes out on top, but only just 400 HP to his name. In the meanwhile, though, SK have got 4 gems. Yoshi's got the healing station, placing it down now. They've got to be able to contest Maori, who's actually getting tapped up by Yoshi there.
Angel Boy needs to go down here. SK do deal with him. They're sitting on top of that healing turret, and Maori's been spotted out. Gravity made use of to turn it into a 1-for-1, and Maori's a little bit exposed here. He'll have to give that ground back, and Yoshi will get his spawn side gem and go up to 6. Oh no, Joker! He's gotten into the cookie jar, and he might get away with it all. Hypercharge at the ready. He doesn't bother to make use of it. He's done enough. Simply disrupting Reply Totem. He doesn't need to steal the gems, just get them dropped.
Well, that bush from the gravity is broken, but Angel Boy can bait that and use the invisibility through it to take SK by surprise, so they can't get too cozy. Gems deficit is getting better for Reply Totem, but they are still making up for a lot of lost time now. Maori coming in, it's just Josh, so this is a perfect time to strike and make up for those gems that Reply Totem dropped.
This is getting sloppy for SK Gaming. This is a massive hypercharge trooping here for Ope. It feels more likely he'll use it defensively just in the name of safety, especially with those gems loose. Angel Boy's up to 7. Joker's able to shut him down and get them loose now. It's only Maori with them. Joker fancy to fight, but now that hypercharge on the Janet means he'll need to accept his fate. Great use of a super. Dodges away with still 5 gems, and in the backfield, SK go up to 12. Now they have to shift into defense. Maori trying to pressure over the top, but doesn't have a hypercharge, so doesn't have full air control. Joker trying to clap them back. He's low, likely to fall here. Ope can't body block, but the gems are safely in SK territory.
Reply Totem now dropping some gems from the mid that might be able to help him out, but they've still got to get Yoshi. He is the main man on 10. He can get his
so
down.
So low. Maori trying to get forward, but Yoshi is healthy. He's got a healing super to throw down. Angel Boy's too low, and so the uncrowned kings take another step towards their coronation. Continuing to be flawless here at our World Finals. A 3-0 to banish their regional rivals. Straight back to Lumbridge with you. Knocked out in quarters are Reply Totem.
Straight out the gate with brilliant